Hello everybody, my name is Caden, and welcome back to Minecraft Dinosaurs. Alright, so, last episode, we got everything started. We got our first dinosaurs in, we got the house, we got our terrible little setup there for the lab, we got all of our nether portal stuff done, we have an enchantment table, it's all pretty good right now. However, and this is what we're going to get into today, I have much bigger ambitions. Today, especially. Today's going to be quite a long episode. So, if this doesn't actually end up coming out when I said it would, I apologize. Uh, it's just kind of how these things roll. But the first part of today's episode is right over here. I was working on this a little bit in between episodes after the live stream, though. And this is the foundations for our laboratory or science area or where we're going to make all of our dinosaurs, which will be super duper cool. Now, I know last episode I said I probably wasn't going to do this next, but you know what? I've got big plans for today. Like I said, hopefully we'll get the whole lab done. I want to get a storage room created. I was originally going to do a basement under the house, but I want to do like a big proper storage room where we can just throw everything. I also want to move the tree farm and the animal farm and probably get some sheep so we can get some wool. Oh, hello, Mr. Pigman. What's up, dude? So I want to get a storage room. I want to get this done. I want to move some stuff around. I'm thinking I might also want to start just making our little base area look really nice. Maybe throw in some paths, throw in some gardens, and generally just set it up so next episode we can start working on the actual park. Speaking of which, I'm gonna hop over here real quick. I'm thinking the actual park is going to be more over this direction. I guess if I can pull up my mini map real quick. We've explored quite a lot. We did do a stream between this episode and the first one. I'll try and do those a bit more often. So if you guys want to see more dinos, that's a great way to come and hang out and watch it. But anyway, we've got this large area here. It is extremely hilly, but if you know me and you know how I do things, that's not really an issue because I will probably just end up terraforming almost everything. But we have a really nice area around here, all of here, and all of that, which is probably where the park is going to start stretching out to, especially because we have cold biome over here, so we might throw some Mesozoic animals over there. But anyway, something else real quick I want to mention, just because this episode's going to look a little different than previous ones. I have switched texture packs and a couple of other visual things, so things might look a little different today. I also, very, very quickly, so I can finish this intro off and get to work on the actual structure here, I'm going to say a huge thank you to two other YouTubers, Lurakeet and Spike. Hopefully, I think both their channels are linked on mine, but I'll try and throw them in the description as well if I remember. I will remember. I have copied some mod lists from both. I have taken inspiration from some of their builds. Both are fantastic YouTubers, basically doing the same thing I do with dinosaurs and zoos and all that. So if you haven't checked them out, check both of them out, like right now. They're both fantastic. And they upload more regularly than I do. So anyway, go show them some love. But anyway, I think with all of that, I am going to get started on the lab. We'll see how much I get done before I bring you guys back, because this is, I've got quite a lot of terraforming to do. And here we are with some actual progress. So, we have a front of a building. Now, this is kind of an evolution of previous designs. So, for those of you who maybe this is your first time watching one of my survival series with Minecraft Dinosaurs, typically, my sciencey buildings tend to follow a very similar modern style of white concrete or similar block, large blue stained glass windows, stuff like that. And I am kind of keeping to that for right now for two reasons. One, bit of a throwback, bit of nostalgia, always liked the style. And number two, it's kind of the only sciencey like building I know how to do. We might change it out in the future. Who knows? Maybe I'll update this and make it look a little bit more different. Right now, the main problem is while I have a ton of white concrete, I only have about 43 gray concrete left. which means this is probably the only one of these structures I'm going to do. If you've been here before, you know what I mean. But anyway, we've kind of got things planned out a bit. Also, for the first time in my life, really, I am using polished diorite as I guess an accent block. I really like it for some reason. I think on this build it's working really well. Kind of just adding a little bit of texture in. I might see about throwing some diorite in some other places. We'll kind of see. But what this building, or this front here is, for the time being at least, is kind of like the entrance hall. So we'll probably, I've got what is kind of meant to be a planter there for right now. I was originally going to have another one over here, but I was thinking it might be cool to do like a skeleton or something, like a dinosaur skeleton right here. That might be really cool. We have building thing over here. We have, or room. We have room back here. We have room here. We have all these rooms, and I'm thinking I've kind of figured out exactly what I want to do in each of these so far. So some of these will be more cosmetic rooms than like functional rooms. So for this one, this is either the analyzers or the culture vats. I haven't decided which yet. It kind of will depend, I think, more just on whatever I think ends up looking really good, and what I need more space for. Probably analyzers, because, well, that tends to require a lot more space because I try to automate some things. But we'll see. And the cool thing I was thinking, though, is, granted, I could also do it very easily if I make this the analyzer room, is I want to have this space here, and maybe that would be better if that's the culture vats, this is the analyzers. Okay, yeah, because then this is what I want to be my DNA storage room. So we'll just throw all of our animal DNA into here, make it look like a really cold, clinical kind of room, and yeah, keep all of the DNA there. And then we could throw all, I guess, the culture vats there, analyzers going here. And then I was thinking, I think this room, I wanted to be the sifter room, or our archaeology room. So decorate it up a bunch, put some sifters in here, make it all really cool. And then this, what was this going to be? I think this room was going to be my, oh, it's nighttime. So before it gets completely dark, I think this was going to be my botany room, maybe a greenhouse type thing. It might be something else. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, we've got a little bit of progress here. So I am going to get back to work. What I really need to do, though, is get some levels so I can start enchanting things. All right, so we're back, and a little bit has changed. For one, I've gotten rid of most of the trees, though I tried to get a bunch out of this. I have no idea if there's probably another 2 or 3 logs stuck up there somewhere that I need to get rid of. But why am I talking about that? This is the main thing. We have got a bit more progress done, and by a bit, I mean I've actually kind of started getting a decent bit of the shape of the building down. I did also remember a way to save on concrete that looked a little okay, and that was essentially putting in these large panels of stone brick stairs, which I forget why I originally did it way back in the day. I think it was because I thought it looked like what, like it would be either in, I don't know, just kind of industrial looking, and I thought it looked cool. I don't know if there was an actual reason. I can't remember anymore, at least. But anyway, coming in here, I set up a little plinth area for a potential fossil, which can't go in yet because I recognized, after checking my storage, I don't have any biofossil left over. So that's a bit of a problem, but perfectly fine. We'll fix that soon enough. But you will notice this here. I got rid of what was originally going to be more of a front desk type thing here. I might throw it back in. We'll kind of see. But I've thrown some stairs up here to make a second floor, which I was not originally going to do. But then I started putting this wall in, and I suddenly realized this is just a big white empty space. So yeah, I'm putting some extra stuff in to make it a little more interesting, hopefully. It did also mean I think I know what we're going to do for a greenhouse, and that is I'm going to throw our plant lab or greenhouse type thing back over here on top of this hill. So that should look kind of cool. Also, I feel like my voice may sound a little different. It's been a little bit since I recorded the last clip, and I believe in that time, my allergies have kicked in because there has been a tremendous amount of wind where I live, and unfortunately for me, I was outside for several hours working on things. So yeah. Anyway, this is the other big thing I kind of got some progress on, turning this into our cultivator room. This to me is very reminiscent of older designs I have used, particularly in one of our underground labs from like 1.12 or 1.7 Minecraft Dinosaurs. So, pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I threw this in here. I think it looks kind of cool and machine-like. I spent a lot of our volcanic stone on this, and so much iron, putting in an unnecessary amount of hoppers. But for now, at least, what that should mean is, what am I thinking? Culture bats, we throw them in here. I did do a quick test to make sure, but biogoo does not disappear out the bottom if you hook them up to a hopper. So only the egg should, hopefully. So what that means is we can stick DNA in here, we fill it up with biogoo, and then whatchamacallem, thingamajigger, oh, yeah. So we throw DNA in here, biogoo, whatever. It makes an egg. Egg goes through there into here. So that way we can kind of keep all the eggs stored over there for right now. I'm just realizing, and I think I'm remembering even from previous parks, I think I had an egg storage thing back in the day. I'm going to leave this here, but we might actually... I've got this little inset here. I could just make this a storage area for eggs. That could be kind of cool. This, I think, is still going to be the embryo room, or not the embryo room. I'm thinking of Jurassic Park there. The DNA storage room will be here. This will be our analyzer room. And if that's going to be plants, so that'll be the archaeology. And I think this will be our observation room for the hatchery and holding pen. So I'm thinking, attached to the building here, we're essentially going to move the entire Psittacosaurus exhibit over around here. Kind of just fence this area off, build it a little bit into the hill, build a hatchery kind of coming off this side, and that will kind of be something, at least, to make this look a bit more interesting. I also have no idea what I'm doing for this. I don't know. Well, I'm already kind of running low on concrete, which means I need to go back and get more gravel and sand, which is so much fun. I need to get a bit of both of those. Bone meal is no real issue, or white dye, because we have bone meal and bones from the fossils mod. Also, I did remember my old school, very analog method of stopping culture bats from flooding everything, and that is quite simply just to put gravel on top of them. Thing breaks, DNA goes into the hoppers, and no water spills everywhere. I'm probably also going to put 2 doors here, probably the sliding glass ones, because those are really cool. So that way, if we throw stuff in, it breaks. I was gonna call them goo monsters for a second. What are they called? Failure sores. Or anything like that pops up, we should very easily be able to take care of it and deal with all of that nonsense. And, that actually brings up a point. If you guys would like to see me build an exhibit for failure sores, I would definitely be willing to do it. I've done it before. It looked kind of cool. It could be fun to do again. But anyway, before I kind of get back to working on this, I'm probably going to need to go get more resources, because we are running a little low on stuff for right now. But yeah, anyway, I think it's looking pretty good. Oh, also over here, I forgot I did other stuff. I did kind of start trying to lay out a bit of a path. It's not going to stay path blocks. I'm going to try and build something much nicer looking, but this is just kind of a rough layout for right now. But I put this down here, which might be where I throw the storage room. We'll see. It kind of depends. Well, do I move this? Where do I move it? Stuff like that. Where it's all gonna go, and whatnot. But anyway, still trying to lay out the base. I'll get the rest of these trees gotten rid of, and hopefully I'll kind of enclose these first 2 areas. But anyway, when I get all that done, I will bring y'all back. All right, I went down to quickly try and get some extra resources, and quite literally, in this little cave here, right on the other side of the building, is a spawner, which is super cool. So, okay, we got some loot. I don't overly care about this too much. We're far enough along that, oh, some music discs, that's cool. And name tag is also pretty nice. But this will be good for something in particular, and that is uh, an XP farm, which will be very nice because I need more experience. But yeah, anyway, I'm just kind of down here collecting copper, iron, trying to get some biofossils so I can make some more analyzers and an archaeology table as well. But yeah. Anyway, oh, that there, I think, is a mine shaft. Let's actually go check that out real quick. Want to see this? Bring you guys along with me for this one. Let's see, all right, mine shaft at what appears to be fossil level. So let's hope we can find some good stuff while we are down here. Let's just see what we can real quick. Not too bad. All right, anyway, I'm going to get back to mining and gathering some stuff up, and I'll meet back with you guys when I'm done. All right, it's been a lot of work, but we are getting close to something of a laboratory. I'm not gonna lie, I have regrets about this project. A, because this is only meant to be like part of the episode, and it's taken me several days of working both on this and then my test world of trying to think up how to actually build this thing. Because I've remembered something, relearned something, a lesson I had forgotten in my like 2.5 years of not doing a series like this, and that is I am not particularly gifted with buildings or particularly enjoy doing buildings. And I have selected an absolutely mahoosive building as my first major project on this world. So it may not have been the wisest choice. I probably would have been much smarter if I had just decided to go down there and build like a Stegosaurus enclosure or something. But it's a choice I made, and I'm going to stick with it, even if it is slowly degrading my will to do anything. What else was I thinking? I don't know. This has consumed my soul, and I'm now soulless. So yeah, uh, I have regrets. I also have a building I want to make over there, and I want to make this whole area really, really nice. So we'll see when this episode actually comes out. I'm realizing this. I was planning to get this episode out like on a Monday, but it is not going to come out Monday. I can already tell. No, this is going to be very late. So if you're watching this and you're wondering why the episode came so late, I am so sorry. I have bitten off way more than I can chew, and I refuse to quit. So let's kind of take a look. I do not remember what I showed off last time. But we'll kind of go over what we have. Oh, and I did do something. I went through and I made a whole bunch of these plants. I moved my biogoo over there too. But I went through and did all of this because if we head up these nifty little stairs here, I made the little plant area. So, okay, I've placed plant. Plant is now invisible. That is concerning. All right, let me mess with my settings real quick and see if I can figure out what's going on here. All right, I can't figure out what's not letting the plants actually show up, so I am gonna need to do a lot more testing to figure that out. So I guess we won't be working on this area. Anyway, where was I? I was showing you guys what we have. Yeah, we kind of got this little upstairs area. There's genuinely nothing else up here. What else did I do? Oh, analyzer room, DNA room, and I already started moving over our DNA into this. Oh wait, I just remembered. Okay, so you might see there's some new DNAs here, and you might be like, "When did you get those?" That was on the live stream. We analyzed a whole bunch of tar stuff and got that, and I think was it the parasaurs or the Stachysaur? We got another one of those and one of those, so that was pretty fun. And over here, this is going to be the archaeology area, mostly tables. I'll probably throw a sifter and probably then archaeology workbench somewhere around there. And this is going to be our observation room, our hatchery, and our holding pen, which I think I've kind of planned out well enough now. And this is the really ugly back of the building because I still don't know what to do over here. Like I mentioned, buildings, not really my thing. Uh, I don't know why I picked this as my first major project. I should have picked an exhibit. I really should have picked an exhibit. I'll probably still try and do an exhibit or something. I have no idea. Uh, I just feel suddenly I'm realizing, like this is genuinely going to be quite a while before I finish, and I feel a little bad about that because I wanted to get a video out for you guys. But I guess it'll be out when it's out. Um, Anyway, I guess that's where I'll leave it off for now. I might not be able to finish the whole laboratory. I am constantly having to go and get more sand and gravel to make more white concrete for this whole thing. It's not the most fun. And oh, good lord, I genuinely have no idea what to do for the roof, especially now that it's like running into the hill. I don't know what to do with that. I'm gonna have to figure it out. That's not gonna be fun, but we'll do it regardless. And I don't know how much of the interior I'm actually gonna do. I guess we'll see. But anyway, I don't know. I guess I'll bring you guys back when there's been a decent amount of progress, I guess, and it doesn't look awful, hopefully. There's definitely a lot here I'm probably gonna need to change at some point, but I think at least for right now, at least the front part, the part we're going to see most of the time, uh, is looking okay. I think that looks all right. I don't think it's the worst building I've ever done. But anyway, yeah, I'll bring you guys back when I've got some stuff to show. Okay, we're back, and I've made more progress. Was feeling a bit more ill, so it's been a little bit since I properly worked on this, and I maybe got a bit too much done between last bit and this bit. But we're getting close. I've retooled this area a little bit. I might retool it a bit more. I don't know. Kind of just depends. But our what was I calling this? Like hatchery observation kind of area. Making a little concrete building here for the animals to go in when we hatch them, and then a little holding pen. We're gonna see. Oh, that's a big shadow. I think that's a bumblebee somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, some more stuff is now done. We've got this room kind of finished. I built a bunch of sifters. I built an archaeology workbench. I built more analyzers. I've had to do a lot of building. I also tried to decorate this area a little bit. So we got some item frames. I put a biofossil in there, one of our amber mosquitoes, another amber, to try and make this look kind of cool. I even put a little skeleton there. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that there, but we'll see. Over here is the basic bare bones version of the DNA storage room. As you can see, I've already started moving all of our DNA over here. Actually, I think I already showed that off. I'm just now remembering there's again, it's been a bit. I did put a roof up here. I also threw this in, reminiscent again of previous labs I've built, and I stuck our Allosaurus egg in there. Also, this chest is for the biogoo. But anyway, upstairs we have a bit more done, and that is with this. Namely, I learned some stuff. Mostly that it's this plant here that doesn't work. All the other ones we had actually worked just fine. Oh, also, I have one of the new mods I installed. I forget which one it is. I think is it Beautify? That might be the one. But that one adds these hanging flower pots, and I built a couple of them, and they look pretty cool. It also adds this lattice structure, and I quickly went to the nether, got one more of these, one of these, and some of the vines, and I put them there. They're not prehistoric, but I thought they looked pretty cool, so I might leave them there. But yeah, kind of got this thrown together. This is probably the one room in the entire building that's moderately okay right now. Everything else is a bit iffy. And obviously it's not quite done, but I'm kind of feeling a bit more burnt out by this whole project. I am going to try and get through that last push to finish it, And hopefully we can get this done before the end of the episode. I am probably not going to finish the interior. And knowing me, particularly with laboratory buildings or any building I make, it's going to go through like 7 or 8 different iterations before I am finally happy with it. I probably won't do another full episode on this build, but I am probably going to keep working on it slowly as we kind of keep going along. That being said, I'm probably going to try and go collect some biofossil. And when I'm done with that, because I had to use most of what I had previously collected, building analyzers and whatnot, I think we'll try and see if we can get any more cool DNA and maybe see about making an exhibit. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to sleep real quick, and I'll catch up with you guys when A, I have biofossil, B, maybe I've worked a bit more on this thing, and C, when I've really figured out what we're doing. All right. So it's been a little bit, and noticeably from the last clip, which I think was like almost 2 days ago now, I've gone from sounding maybe a little under the weather to now like there is an orange stuck in my nose. So I apologize for that, but I didn't want to delay this much more. I've already lost a lot of time. Uh, Several things, and then I'll kind of get into the main point I want to get across real quick. First off, I have removed the Psittacosaur exhibit. It is gone now, or our temp exhibit from last episode. I have moved them in here, which is going to be the new holding pen for this building. I also just realized, oh gosh, there are a lot of mobs in here because I did not light it up. Brilliant, Caden. Absolutely brilliant. Please don't explode. Please. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, yeah, I've kind of got this temporary exhibit up right now. It's not going to be a solid dirt wall like this. I'm going to try and do some actual terrain work to make it look nice. But we have this Stegosaurus in here, and I haven't shown them off all episode, which is kind of silly of me. But they're fully grown, I believe, both of them, and they look very cool. They look really, really cool. They are, of course, eventually getting their own proper exhibit. I just needed to put them in here right now, so that way I could get rid of their old exhibit and or the area they were currently in and or previously, and so that way I could kind of move things around. But yeah, oh, that's not what I meant to do. We've got some more stuff done. The observation area is kind of all done over here for the hatchery. I think that's what I called it last time. I really don't remember. Archeology room. I do have some biofossils I collected from mining, and let's throw them in the air. Let them analyze real quick, and kind of go over something I've come to a conclusion on, and that is, uh, I don't think this was my best idea. I don't believe I should be building the lab right now after having now been working on this for several days, gotten sick and all that, and been busy. But I don't think this is the build I should have gone for. Which I'm, of course, now realizing when it's a little late to realize that. Because while I think there are elements of this that perfectly work, I think some of the building sections look great. I think some of the things absolutely come together wonderfully. I just don't think the whole build works. I really don't. I don't think it works correctly. I think it's a bit, really. It's all right, but it's not what I wanted. And it's definitely making me realize this is A, not going to be the final iteration of the lab, and B, I don't actually know how long this is going to be here for. I might very well take it apart and completely rebuild it later. I don't know how much of that will be in an episode, or if that's just something. It's probably something I'm just going to work on in the background. In fact, I'm probably actually just going to watch some of my own videos from way back when to figure out how to do this correctly, because I know I've built good-looking lab buildings in the past. I just clearly, being out of practice for like almost 3 years, I don't remember how to do it very well. So I'm going to stop working on it now. I know it's not finished, and that is, I think, a better call than continuing to throw time and energy at it. which will just drain my creativity and desire to keep building anything on this project that just isn't really going where I want it to, and instead focus on some other stuff that I think will be a little bit nicer. Uh, like I said, I did clear this out. We might work on the storage building. I do kind of. Oh, I forgot you can eat spider eyes. I do kind of want to wait actually on a storage building now till I have bricks because I want to build a warehouse because I think that'd be really really cool. So I'm not overly sure what I want to do for the next part. I guess I guess it's kind of the difficult thing of I don't want to say wasted. I mean, I did build something, but I've thrown so much time and creative energy at this lab that just isn't coming together that I don't know what I want to do next, or if I should do anything else in this episode, or if I should just kind of throw this out for you guys because I realize now it's probably by the time this is going up because I've lost time due to illness. Uh, it's probably almost been 2 weeks since the last episode, and I did not intend it to be that long. Uh, so anyway, let's quickly check the analyzers here and see what we got. Sigillaria. What was that? Vaccinium. Oh gosh, Saginopterid. Saginopteris seeds, I think. Titanus, Liapleurodon, Arthropleura, Dryosaurus, and Parasaurolophus. Those are all super cool. I think this is the dinos. Okay, so we got 3 Parasaurs now. A Dryo, another Psittacosaur. That's the modern stuff. That's the Ice Age things. I guess I don't have a bug chest yet, so that could be that. And we'll throw the Liapleurodon in there. So we've got some cool new stuff to work with. We'll kind of see what we're gonna do. But yeah, anyway, I just kind of wanted to mention that. I'm gonna halt the lab here. We'll see. Maybe next episode or between this episode and the next one, I will have come up with something better. But it's frustrating. It's disappointing to kind of get like 80% of the way through a build and just suddenly realize this doesn't work. So yeah, it's probably gonna get rebuilt pretty soon. I just don't know. I guess let me know. Do you guys want to see this in another episode, or just want me to fix it kind of in the background? But anyway, I'm going to try and figure out what I'm doing next. I'll bring you guys back in when either I've figured that out or I've decided to end the video. And we have a bit more progress done. Also, it's been a hot minute. I realized there was a colossal problem with my world, and not like a broken game thing, but like several of my mods weren't working, including this new one. I say new. It's been here since like first episode. I just haven't actually used it yet, and that is the chipped mod. I built this mason's workbench. Also, my pickaxe is about to break before we hit level 30 because I do not prioritize the right things in the right order. So we'll need to probably get more diamonds, make a new pickaxe, and get everything ready to go. But I kind of made this whole setup over here to get everything going, and I have built a bit of a parameter wall. Parameters are not perimeters. Parameters are like something completely different. Sorry, I am actually dying. Anyway, I built this perimeter stone wall just to kind of naturally integrate the exhibit into the terrain. If you've been here a while, you know this is just what I do. It's just kind of my thing. I like doing stone walls. I think they look pretty sick. I have used up most of my andesite with this, and I have been digging up a bunch of stone. Well, digging up a bunch of cobblestone and smelting it to get this to happen, but overall things are looking pretty good. It looks rather nice. Now, where is it? I've had to make a ton of stone. So let me grab, where is it? Bone meal, and we'll grab an oak sapling for now. Just to throw in a little bit of plant life in here. I also did make a little bit of what would you call it? A pond. And I forgot about something that is super cool with this version of Minecraft, and that is you can waterlog stairs and slabs. So things look a little bit nicer, which is always appreciated. Always gotta love that. I think we can throw a tree like here, maybe. I think that should be okay. I would build custom trees, except I'm a bit too tired right now to do that. So we'll just throw a couple of default oak trees in. I think that's actually probably more than enough. I don't want to overwhelm this exhibit too much with what would you call it? Large plant life. Kind of like I do need to be a bit careful about how much bone meal I actually use. I don't want to overgrow the exhibit too much. Actually, along the fence line here is probably a good area where more overgrowth would be. Let me see from like here. Okay, I think maybe back up along this line here. Like around here, maybe we throw in a bit more. I think that's pretty good, and then we can throw some back there as well. And maybe a little bit right here. I think that's okay. We'll throw, and then we can just get rid of the tall grass there. Okay, I think that's all right. I am so sorry about my voice, by the way, guys. It's as good as it could be for right now. I did actually use a little bit of the chipped mod here, making these andesite pillars, which look pretty sick. I think that's what they're called. But yeah, they look pretty nice. Kind of reminds me of the old chisel mod. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, did I have anything else? Oh, I did have something else I was gonna do. I completely forgot. Because I have been so all over the place trying to fix mods, trying to fix texture packs. My texture pack is also working, so finally there's some connected textures thrown around now. I went and got that new Stegosaurus egg, all and good. So I will quickly run over here. I left the door open, so I'm a smart man who clearly wants his dinosaurs to just escape and run away. No, I was gonna hatch this here. So, while we wait for the Stegosaur to hatch, I don't think. Oh my goodness, I forgot. There were supposed to be names for the dinosaurs. You know what? While I wait for this egg to hatch, I'm gonna quickly cut. I'm gonna read through some comments, pick some names, and we will go with that. All right, the egg is about to hatch. Hello, little Cetacosaur. How are you? All right, we have another female Cetacosaur. Very cool. I think I'm going to leave it in here because something I think happened on the live stream was one of these guys grew a little bit and it was able to walk through a fence block or an iron bar block. So if I leave it here, it's hopefully going to be easy. Actually, you know what? An easy way to make sure it stays is if I do that. Okay, it will stay now. It's having a little lie down, but it'll stay in place for the time being. I'm going to leave it. Watch, I'll push it a bit. Oh, okay. Be careful, Gabe. Be careful. Don't hurt little dinosaur. Little dinosaur, very cute. You eat. Oh, Stegosaurus full. Aw, hello, little guy. Hello. Which one are you? You are the male. Okay. It's a territorial. Cool. What was I thinking? Yeah, anyway, there's a lot more I wanted to do. Namely, I wanted to start working on the area between this building, my house, and the storage room, kind of trying to make this area really beautiful. And whatnot, but I think honestly it's taken too long to get this episode out, and I would like to save that for when my voice sounds a bit better. Also, I didn't really see any name suggestions for the Cetacosaurs in the last video, so if you have any suggestions for them, leave them here. I will check this one, and at the start of the next video, I will name all three. So we have 2 females and 1 male. So feel free to leave names down in the comments below for those, and I'll make sure to name them next episode, I promise. Other than that, though, I think we are going to end today's episode off here, just so I can actually get the video out for you guys. And let me know what you guys want to see next episode. We have a whole bunch of new animals. We've got allosaurs, Parasaurolophus, a whole bunch of things. Let me know what you guys want to see me work on next episode. What would be cool. And thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed at least some of this. And until next time, guys, see ya.